Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Missoula County Public Schools Stadium. I'm Cole Johnson along with my partner in crime, Kempson Cross. It's the Missoula Big Sky Eagles taking on the Sentinel Spartans tonight. Missoula Big Sky is 0-2 on the season. Sentinel comes in at 1-1. Kempson, your thoughts before kickoff?
I expect a pretty even matchup. On paper, these teams seem to be pretty evenly matched statistically, and just they seem to have the same amount of impact players. And I expect a very good game tonight, which I hope for as well, obviously.
Michael Banna is the horse for Missoula Big Sky. Mitch Roberts comes in for Sentinel. He's got 3 touchdown passes on the season. Can you tell me a little bit about those players tonight?
Well, Michael Banna is an all-purpose back, and also his starting quarterback, Tyler Ogilvie, apparently is going to be out there too. So it'll be interesting to see how Big Sky also uses their backup quarterback, Levi Giannicaro. And as far as Sentinel, most of the touchdowns that Roberts has thrown has gone to Mitch Reynolds on the perimeter, so I expect him to be a formidable weapon once again.
Missoula Big Sky taking on Missoula Sentinel tonight at Missoula County Public Schools Stadium. We mentioned Missoula Big Sky starting out of the gates a little bit slow. They're 0-2. They lost to Billings Senior 27-0 last week. Missoula Sentinel got their first win of the season against Butte 28-9. They were able to get 3 turnovers in that game.
And you mentioned Billings Senior. That's the only common opponent these two teams have, and Sentinel scored 3 more points than Big Sky did against that Billings Senior football team.
Ogilvie, a quick handoff to Michael Banna. We are going to see a lot of him, and that is a gain of 5, second down and 5 coming up. So delay game on Missoula Big Sky. We are just underway if you're just joining us.
As a coach, that kills you. I mean, it's kind of cliche. I know they talk about it all the time, but that's a discipline thing. That you know that it's false start or delay of game. Those are procedure penalties that just shouldn't happen. But it's still a relatively young season, and these are young guys. Especially at our end of the grandstand here, they're right down in front of us. The Sentinel crowd that's here is more down to the south.
3rd down and 12. Ogilvie is being chased, and he will be brought down at the 11-yard line. That's a sack, and that is number 37 for Missoula Sentinel. Logan Bond with the sack. It's going to bring up 4th and 20.
37 is a good number to wear if you're going to play defender here in Missoula, Montana. Zach Wageman is a former Sentinel Spartan, and he's got an NFL future. And now our end of the stadium is going to get loud with a 3rd down and long for the Missoula Sentinel Spartans as the Big Sky Eagles crowd is our north end of the grandstand.
Trevor Cunningham, number 16, is at the bottom of your screen. Nick Germer is closest to the line. And it's going to be Mitch Roberts throwing over the middle, and he's got his man, and that is Nick Germer. That is a big gainer across to the 35. That's a 12-yard pickup, Kenson, and a 1st down, and Sentinel's going to run some hurry up.
Yeah, Sentinel's got some tempo going here. Good tackle, good open field tackle there by Braxton Wilcox, one of the captains for the Big Sky Eagles tonight. But a good conversion as well. That's the first 3rd down conversion, first down by either team this evening.
So 5 wide receivers for Mitch Roberts under center. And it's 4th down and 5, and he's got his man, and he's got it! Touchdown, Spartans! That is a 30-yard touchdown for Missoula Sentinel on 4th down. Nick Germer with the catch, and Missoula Sentinel Kempson up 6-0.
And that's exactly how you want to start it out. A long 3rd down conversion and a big 4th down conversion from the 30-yard line, and they get a touchdown pass up the seam. It developed nicely with the 5 wide receivers, the spread look they went with, and credit Mitch Roberts for finding the open man and threading the needle.
Nick Germer with the touchdown reception of 30 yards. Gabe Peppinger's extra point is up, and it is good. And with 6:36 left to go in the first quarter, Missoula Sentinel up 7-0 on Missoula Big Sky.
First time, I think this is the first time we've seen Mitch Roberts under center tonight.
Yeah, Mitch Roberts under center, Roberts under center, Reynolds comes close to him, and it is going to be a sack in the backfield. This time it's the Eagles defense that comes up big on that play. That was Brady Clausen with the sack. He was the first guy there. And now it's 4th down, and Sentinel will be punting the football away. Anders Kahn will punt the football.
Might have been a busted play there. It looked like they were trying to run the option to the far side of the field out of the I formation, and Roberts just ended up not having any backup, not so much as a pitch man, much less blocking.
And that ball is partially blocked, it looked like, and it is going to be a punt of 18 yards. Man, ouch, that one hurt. Big Sky's going to get the football back. They got excellent field position, looking to get the equalizer.
And I would say that's better than partially blocked is better than being completely blocked, because that's one of those plays that can completely change the momentum of a game. Now, Big Sky does have very good field position this time, but the Sentinel Spartans defense have proven that they could stand tall. So we'll see if they do it again.
This is going to go to Bana end around. It's number 28. And he is tackled after a gain of 3. What a tackle. That was Nick Wakai, but a terrific tackle on the outside.
And it's clear in the early going how Jory Breen is the team leader in tackles. Just anything that's gone to the perimeter, especially to his side, he's been right there, at least in the thick of the play. And it looked like Wakai had some running room, but good job again by the Sentinel Spartans defense with the contain there. Keep containing Sentinel and keeping themselves in this ball game at 7-0.
Michael Bana again with a sky punt. I mean, you got to be kidding me. And this ball is going to bounce all the way to the 4. And so Michael Bana, get some high fives on the sideline. Yeah, thank you very much. And Sentinel will start on the 4-yard line.
It's a good play there by Hunter Dutton to get downfield. We've seen him returning the kicks. Now we see him get down there on the punt team and make a good play there. Went over Hunter Paulson's head, and it's a good job by him, too, to kind of stay away from that one, because those are some of the most dangerous when you start backpedaling on a punt return that can get you in real trouble. Just the front sevens of both these teams have really done well so far.
So Missoula Sentinel backed up on their own 5-yard line. They have a 7-0 lead in this football game. That is the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Missoula Sentinel with the football. They have it on their own 4-yard line. It is 3rd down and 10. Mitch Roberts is in the shotgun. He's got 5 wide receivers.
Risky proposition here with the empty backfield in the end zone.
Roberts looking to throw. He's trying to escape. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Michael Bana for a touchdown. Just as we mentioned, the turnover would do the worst for Sentinel in this position, and Johnny on the spot, Michael Bana picks it up and runs it into the end zone.
Maybe not the position from which we were expecting Michael Bana to get the first Big Sky score of the night, but nonetheless, he's there for the scoop and score on the Big Sky Eagles side. And credit the Eagles defense for getting the pressure on Mitch Roberts, making him step up, and then Roberts just loses the handle at about the 5-yard line, and it bounces right into the Eagles' arms, and they take advantage to maybe tie the game.
Michael Bana, yeah, you thought, like you said, Kempson, he'd be running one in, and what do you know, in his linebacker spot, he is right there to make the scoop and score. The extra point by Big Sky is good, and a huge touchdown. That was Brendan McGraw with the extra point. First time you've seen him out on the field, number 25, and all of a sudden the game is tied up, and it's a good 4 yards for a first. Josiah Gilbert is to the right of Michael Bana. Here we go. Hand off to Bana, and nope, he did get it. Wow, are you kidding? What a run. He just kept moving the pile, and a gain of maybe 6 on that play.
Same as on the goal line. In any short yardage situation, you want to just keep your legs moving, keep them churning. Michael Bana did that there. Second and third effort got him beyond the sticks, and now inside the 40-yard line, and penetrating into enemy territory are the Big Sky Eagles. Yeah, so far it's been a good balance. The Spartan defensive line and linebackers have been able to contain Michael Bana for the most part. Again, the only touchdown he scored was as a linebacker on the scoop and score. So we'll have to see if Big Sky can come up with another big conversion here. It'll be 4th and short if they get nothing, so they possibly go for it again. It's probably 4-down territory, as both teams have demonstrated the willingness to go into.
Here's Michael Bana in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff again, and he is knocked backward, and he didn't get it. On 3rd and 2, what a tackle. That was Josh Deschner in on that tackle. It is 4th down, and you got to believe they're going for it again, but what a tackle.
Yeah, Josh Deschner went, you got to go low there. again, on Michael Banna. He's such a physically imposing figure. You have to take out his legs, because if he keeps turning his legs, he's going to get that chance to have a second and third effort. And now Big Sky's going to call a timeout.
So here we go. 4th down. And a little over a yard. Banna is in the backfield. Kempson, I can only guess who's probably going to get the football on this play. I'm thinking it's Michael Banna. Here we go. 4th and a yard and a half. And the handoff is, nope, it's going to be the quarterback keeping it, and he will not get it. Stopped for a loss of 2. Spartans defense holds.
Interesting call there, because Michael Banna, as we just discussed earlier on this drive, literally the last 4th down attempt Big Sky had, Michael Banna was the one to get the football, and he was able to get him that 1st down yardage. But that time they tried a little misdirection, more misdirection from Big Sky, a lot of misdirection from Big Sky here.
Roberts on the shotgun again. He's got a lot of time. He's looking deep, and he's out of... Wait! Oh, incomplete. I thought he had a foot down. He might have. That was pretty close.
That was very close. Alex Steele, it's tough because Roberts just has to huck it all the way down there to Alex Steele, but football is a game of inches, and you have to get that foot down, and as a quarterback, you want to do your best to not throw your guy out of bounds, kind of like Roberts did there. And I'm certainly not blaming Mitch Roberts, because that's a great throw. He put the ball where it needed to be, and it was almost just a great display of athleticism by Alex Steele, but instead it's 3rd and short.
He may have put it, here we go. They're running the high-octane offense here. Missoula Big Sky scrambling to get off the field. Mitch Roberts has his team on the move. It's another inside handoff. That is Crawford with the carry. Connor Crawford gets a handoff to the right side and picks up a few.
And Mitch Roberts taking charge here in the no-huddle offense here. Connor Crawford was initially seen to be out of position for the play call, and so credit the young quarterback in getting his guys in position.
He's got the 1st down and a lot more, and he gets across the 30, and he's going to get brought down at the 27.
Yards after first contact may be one of the most important stats in football. They may not necessarily look pretty, especially for the defense, but it's a great job there to keep churning by actually everyone who's carried the ball so far for the Sentinel Spartans.
Steele makes a man miss. He's got a little bit of room to the 15, 20, down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Big gainer, 1st and goal.
Alex Steele with another athletic move there. He didn't quite make the catch on the sideline, but this time he's able to make one man miss, and he's in the open field, and he is dangerous out there.
3rd down and goal from the 1. You got to be thinking inside handoff. Missoula Big Sky's right there, though. It's going to be the quarterback, Mitch Roberts, for the touchdown. So Missoula Sentinel gets in 13-7.
Misdirection from Sentinel now. A little bit of a play fake to the motion man by Mitch Roberts, and then he gets up in there into the teeth of that defense, and just puts his head down, keeps his pad level low, and gets into the end zone to put Sentinel back in the lead.
13-7, Peppinger on to make it 14-7. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Missoula Sentinel up 14-7 with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Whether they go for it or not, this is a big play, because right now Sentinel probably has enough time with their up-tempo to try to make something happen before halftime. So we'll see. Even if another 1st down and then the drive stalls, Big Sky, that could still be a win for Big Sky as far as strategy.
We'll see what they do here. Missoula Sentinel, a pretty decent job overall of controlling the ball. Missoula Big Sky had a pretty long drive last drive, but did not get it on a 4th and a yard and a half, in which they decided to keep it with the quarterback and not give it to Banna. It is 4th down and 4, and they are going to go for it. Holy cow. See what they do. It's a big 4 yards. Banna in the backfield. And it is over the top, and he dropped it! Oh man, that was Charles Maurer, the tight end. in no man's land. It fell into his hands and he couldn't hold it.
The entire Sentinel defense fell for the initial play fake, and credit Tyler Ogilvie for putting it into a spot for his man to make the catch. But now the story flips because Sentinel has the ball at the 42 of the Eagles, and with a short field here, we'll see if they can go up by 2 scores with just over 2 minutes to go in the half.
4 wide receivers. Gonna look over to the left side. Play breaks down, looks over, and that ball's intercepted! And he loses his footing. Thank God he would have took it to the house. That was Seamus Lukostic. Would have been a long interception return, stepped right in front of that play, read it perfectly.
That was a great read by Lukostic and a big play for this Big Sky Eagles defense.
So now they'll get the football back, and that washes away any hopes of Missoula Sentinel putting any points on the board at all, via field goal or touchdown, and Big Sky will have the ball back. Yep, shows the importance of staying in the here and now, of course, as well. Now, coming in, the Missoula Sentinel Spartans had a +3 turnover ratio. Right now, they're -2 just in this game tonight. Vanna, here he comes, left side, gain of 3. I think there was just a little bit too much time. Mitch Roberts took way, he was looking to the left the whole way, and he took too much time to throw the football there, and Lukostic made a great read on it.
Yeah, it was a great read, and credit to the Eagles there, but Roberts, I would say Roberts shouldn't make that throw. I think Roberts, with his dual threat ability, should just run with it, especially when we talked about how Sentinel's going to get the ball back, and Roberts can run, so I think he should run there, but you live and learn, and that's something that they'll go back and look at in the film room next week, and maybe he won't make that throw next time. Maybe he will trust his feet more in that similar situation. But now this Sentinel Spartans defense, which hasn't given up a touchdown. The only touchdown has come from Michael Banna, but it's been when he was from the linebacker spot on the other Sentinel miscue that led to the scoop and score.
So Sentinel trying to dig deep here. We'll see what Big Sky has up their sleeve. They don't have a lot of time. They're on their own 36-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 8. Tyler Ogilvie. Michael Banna. Up the middle, breaking tackles. Here we go. You can't take him down from up high. Well, you can, but he can get yardage after contact, a big run. You've got to believe in the second half, even the rest of this half, they're going to be running it more.
Banna just literally bounces off guys right there, and that's just what he brings to the table. He's a big physical specimen at 240 pounds.
There's 40 seconds left in this game. Crowd chanting Michael Banna. Banna's not going to get the ball this time. It's Ogilvie will race off to the left side. He's over the line of scrimmage, so he's going to have to run it, and he picks up about 8. So 2nd down and 2, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 27 seconds. Could try a long field goal or a couple passes to the end zone. There's still time.
And we spoke a little bit about how Big Sky's passing offense isn't their bread and butter. Their bread and butter is to go to Michael Banna and his cohorts in the backfield, and Ogilvie uses his feet there to advance the ball once again for Big Sky. 35 yards of green separating Big Sky from the end zone. Number 35, Michael Banna, as we've talked about again and again, has come up huge so far for them tonight. But do you go away from him now with a 4th and about 3 or 4?
I think you might have to if you're going to try to do a Hail Mary or something to the sideline. You might have to just take a toss, and that's what they're going to do. He's going to go deep, and it is hauled in! A touchdown for Big Sky with 3 seconds left. Nick Rockeye got through there into the secondary, and it is a touchdown. And the game is tied, and the Spartan sideline is in disbelief. Dane Oliver has his hands crossed.
And both passing touchdowns so far tonight chalk them up as clutch 4th down completions on a long pass up the seam. A great connection there by Ogilvie to Nick Wakai, throwing his guy open. But on the defense, Sentinel, you got to be deeper than the deepest guy and prevent defense there.
The point is good, and Dane Oliver has his hands on his head, and he is just can't believe the receiver got past him, Nick Wakai. A huge score at the end of the first half. And Sentinel gets the ball to start the second half. There's 3 seconds left to go. They're not going to do much with it. They'll just squib kick it. And wow, unbelievable.
But yeah, but in the momentum, as we talked about, the shift that happened in the final 60 seconds of this half, at one point, Missoula Sentinel had the ball, and we were saying, oh, maybe they're going to sit on it. Maybe they're just going to take the lead into the half. And then Mitch Roberts throws that pick, and it's not all on him, obviously. But then Big Sky comes back and takes advantage of the opportunity that's afforded them. Both of the Sentinels' turnovers tonight have led to points for Big Sky, and that is why this game is tied.
Mitch Roberts will take a knee. It has been a terrific football game. Couple surprises here and there. There was a drop pass that could have been a touchdown. Nick Wakai got behind the secondary to tie it up. Michael Bana scored on defense, not on offense. It's 14-14. Missoula County Public School Stadium. We'll come back with the halftime stats and the start of the second half in just a little bit. Thanks for listening. Welcome you back to Missoula County Public School Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime here with Missoula Sentinel and Missoula Big Sky tied up at 14. Big Sky has 4 first downs, Sentinel has 7, Ogilvie has 2 completions, 35 yards and a touchdown, none bigger than that one we saw at the end of the first half. Mitch Roberts is 9 of 13 with a touchdown and an interception. Receiving, Reynolds, 3 receptions for 20 yards. Germer had 2 receptions for 48 yards. He had that big touchdown on 4th down to open the scoring for Sentinel. Michael Bana, 14 carries, 61 yards. He had a touchdown on defense, no touchdown on offense. Sentinel has the only 2 turnovers of the game. Deschner has 18 yards rushing. It's 14-14, a huge touchdown at the end of the second half, though, on a breakdown.
The most important stat that you just rattled off was the 2 turnovers by Missoula Sentinel, because the scoop and score straight up from Michael Bana at the linebacker position was the first score from Big Sky, and then the interception at the end of the first half is the only reason that Big Sky had a shot to go down the field and tie this game up. So -2 in the turnover margin right now. It's hard to win football games when you have multiple turnovers as compared to your counterpart that has none. We'll see if Sentinel can hold on to the ball better and keep the ball away from Michael Bana. All you really need on offense in a football game is 3 yards per play, because you start out 1st and 10, you have 4 downs really to get 10 yards, and that'll give you more than enough. Oh, movement on the left side.
And that's going to negate the carry by Michael Bana. And the handoff, nope, it's going to be a fake handoff. Bana in the flat, and good catch. There he goes, running through a player. And he's going to be short of the first down. It will be 3rd down coming up. But a good grab there.
Bana with nice burst there to get away from the linebacker and Hunter Paulson, and there wasn't really much he could do. Bana had a step on him after the play action into the flat, and now it's 3rd and short as Bana making plays through the air, in the air game, in the passing game as well.
So 3rd down and 2. Missoula Big Sky with the football. Bana, the lone halfback. And he'll get the carry, and he will be stopped short. It seems like whenever it's a 3rd and short, Missoula Sentinel comes up and makes a play.
Sentinel has been coming up big on the line, at least, in those 3rd and 4th and short situations. It's been when they go to the air that caused them the problem. But really, other than the 4th down throw that was for a touchdown that tied the game, Big Sky really hasn't gotten much going through the air. But that's not really their offense either, obviously, because the Eagles have just been feeding Michael Bana, and they've gotten Josiah Gilbert involved a little bit, too, to spell Bana a little bit. But on that last play, Bana actually lined up at the fullback position, and then the fake was to Josiah Gilbert. And then they went to Bana out in the flat, and he just contributes in so many ways. He's showing nice burst all night tonight. And he just runs through arm tackles.
Michael Bana is a horse for sure for this team. 212 pounds, nearly 6 foot tall. They're short literally by a foot, so they're going to go for it. And I'm guessing Michael Bana, they're not going to do any misdirection. I don't expect any trickery. And there may have been maybe a timeout. Looks like a penalty now. is delay of game on Missoula Big Sky on 4th and an inch.
And that's a lot bigger than 5 yards because you're still at midfield. You're not too far back in your territory. This still might be 4th down territory or 4 down territory rather for the Big Sky Eagles, but it looks like they're going to punt it.
Alex Steele in motion. The handoff is going to go to Ramos. He breaks free, breaks through the line, and he picks up another first down. And that is Ramos. And it appeared that he fumbled the ball, and Missoula Big Sky has recovered. The ball was fumbled away. Ramos, with his hands in the air, thought he was down. Unbelievable third turnover of the night.
And Ramos might have a case about being down there, but obviously the referees get the final call on that one. That's kind of his.
When the Spartans were starting to pick up steam.
That's his running style, though, is just to fight for every yard and just spin around and get and juke about, and it just kind of maybe it worked against him as he was going to the ground there.
Hand off to Banna, left side, and he's looking for the corner, and there's a penalty flag on the play. This could be holding.
Yeah, when it's in the backfield like that. And the trend so far has been when Sentinel's offense gives the Big Sky offense or even defense extra opportunities, they've been able to capitalize. We'll see.
That'll be it for the end of the third quarter. Start of the fourth quarter, 2nd down and 5 for Big Sky. They have a 16-14 lead. Spartans on defense, and it's a fake handoff to Banna, and the Spartans have it read pretty good. Ogilvie, though, able to get the corner, staying in bounds, and getting outside. Looks like he stepped out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. It's going to be a first down, though. Great athleticism to get away from the rush.
That was a great job. There were 3 Spartans that had a shot at him, and Ogilvie just flat out running for his life, got the corner, and was able to pick up just enough for the first down for Big Sky.
Missoula Big Sky on the move. 2nd down. Handoff. Nope, fake handoff. And Ogilvie is in trouble. And Ogilvie is going to be taken down. Big sack for Sentinel.
It's a big tackle there by the team leader in tackles for Sentinel. Jory Breen was able to bring down the quarterback, and the quarterback is still down.
And Tyler Ogilvie a little slow to get up.
And one must wonder if that's the shoulder issue that we read about in the Basulian recap of one of the Big Sky games, and we'll see. Hopefully Ogilvie's all right.
Very well may be, as he was kind of taken down from the top of the jersey. Definitely could have been the shoulder.
Maybe it's a leg, because seems to be favoring maybe his right leg. And that was indeed Braxton Wilcox, the last injury. He came off favoring his left leg, and he's still trying to maybe get loose. Maybe it's a cramp. That's entirely possible. Good to see Ogilvie get up and walk off under his own power.
Walking off a little gingerly, but able to do it under his own power, like you mentioned. This game has been an absolute dogfight tonight. Both defenses have played tremendous. Missoula Sentinel has 3 turnovers. Missoula Big Sky doesn't have any, but it's just a 2-point game.
Now we're going to...
Big Sky's got it, though.
Going to go Wildcat with Banna at quarterback. Yeah, this is a very clutch situation here with just over 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Still a lot of time left for Sentinel to do something on the offensive side of the ball. The defense needs to come up big here, though.
They're looking long, and he's looking for the sideline, and he's got Wakai again! Nick Wakai one more time! We talked about him not giving up a big play. Wakai got behind the corner and scored again. It's an 8-point game for Big Sky. They're up 22-14. Too many mistakes in the secondary.
That's a great job by Wakai, too. And Michael Banna, apparently he can sling it, too. The big righty gets up there like a relief pitcher and throws a big strike to possibly put Big Sky up 2 possessions.
And chanting Banna, Banna, Banna over and over again. When there had to be a big play, it just seemed like he was around today. And that's a botched extra point, and Wakai will go down. So that leaves the door open for Sentinel if they can score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. 3rd and 17, they score a touchdown. At the end of the first half, last play of the first half, they score a touchdown. Oh gosh, 2 enormous plays.
It's hard to overstate the significance of that play right there, because now it's only an 8-point game as opposed to what could have been a 9-point game, as we talked about with 2 possessions. And so it's only a 1-possession game now. And Sentinel, if they can get rolling and hold on to the ball, is in prime position to tie this game back up.
Mitch Roberts, steal in motion again. We've seen it so often. He's going to take the shotgun snap. He's looking down the field. He's going to tuck it and run. He gets to the 20. He's going to get inside the 15 and down to about the 11. Roberts, a big gainer. 12 more yards, down to 11. Here we go. This game is coming down to the wire.
And that is
a lot of time left.
And that is the dual threat ability that Mitch Roberts brings to the table that we kind of expected to see a little more before now. But it's coming up big now.
2nd down and about 8. Fake handoff. He's going to keep it and fighting for yardage. It's Mitch Roberts down to about the 3. He's not quite going to get the first. It's right at the sticks. Might be about a half-yard short.
And guess who made the touchdown-saving tackle?
Michael Banner.
Yep.
Gosh. Banner.
Great.
This, Banner that. We've heard it all day, all night.
And credit Mitch Roberts there, though, because he got away from the initial contact from Tyler Glenn and one other Big Sky Eagle. But
I didn't even see who was throwing the football when Banner had that touchdown pass. I have no idea. 3rd down and short. Pitch. Ramos, end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. A 2-point conversion away. 22-20. You got to go for 2.
And a great redemption there for the senior running back in Ramos. He had the fumble that eventually led to the Big Sky points that put Sentinel in this position where they had to go down, they had to respond, and they had to punch it in, and he does it himself. Now a huge 2-point conversion coming up.
Big time 2-point conversion. If they don't get it, it's definitely not the game with how much time we've got left in this. We've got over 7 minutes. So here we go, folks. Sentinel going for the tie. Roberts in the shotgun. Alex Steele in motion. Takes the snap. Looking to his right. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Oh, right through the hands. That was Mitch Reynolds. Had a shot at it. Would have probably been in, but it went through his hands. Tough play to make either way.
Wakai and Sando were over there, and credit them for making Mitch Reynolds hear footsteps, but at a clutch situation in the game, you can't get alligator arms in that situation. You got to be able to come down with it. You're the number 1 wide receiver on your team. You got to make that catch in the big spot. And what could be, it's far from being the difference right now in this game, but at least in finality. But for right now, it's a 2-point advantage, still the Big Sky. But credit Sentinel for their response, because they had to come up big in that situation. It's also good to see Ogilvie trot back out there now because he's under center.
Thanks for pointing that out, Kempson. Going to throw it out in the flat. Good tackle there. And a loss on the play. That was Jordy Green again. No, that was Hunter Paulson with a big tackle, 3rd and long.
Yeah, he had the read on that from the play in the first half where he didn't quite take the right angle, and Banna was able to get around him. But this time on the coverage, he makes a form tackle and sets up a 3rd and very long.
So here we go, Kempson. Just what the doctor ordered for Missoula Sentinel, trying to get off the field quickly. 3rd down and 11. Ogilvie on the rollout. Looking long to the sideline. He's got his man. Big time catch on 3rd down. Wide open. That was number 10. That was Seamus Lacoste with the reception along the far sideline. Man, big time plays.
Both seniors coming up big in a clutch situation to get a 1st down and milk a little more of this clock.
Under 4:20 to go. Ogilvie in the shotgun. Kempson, they need a stop. And it's a fumbled snap. It's picked up, and they're going to get the stop that they needed. So here we go, Kempson. Just what you mentioned in the pregame. 22-20. This game is going down to the wire. Mitch Roberts looking to his left. He's going to pump. He's going to take off. And he's going to get across the 40. And he's going to pick up 9 yards.
Little bit of extracurriculars going on. Some frustration maybe from...
That was number 66.
Yeah, from
that
Folks.
That was a Bridger Califat who just got...
And Folks is jogging off now, but I love the tenacity.
That's actually going to be a 10-yard gain. Looked like he was just short of the first down, but they're going to give him a line to gain. So here we go. Field goal range for Peppinger.
And the scrambling...
want to get inside the 25.
And the scrambling ability of Roberts comes up big again here. As now they're resetting the clock, it looks like. 3.5 minutes to go here. So important as the clock winds down to fall forward and in some cases maybe fall out of bounds and preserve some time here. And we talked about Peppinger. If they get in his range, this could come down to that one kick and the foot of the senior.
Student section for Big Sky trying to get loud. Rolls right. He's got a man open. It's Reynolds. There he is at the 40. Give him the first. Reynolds out in the open. No one around.
And
out
out
to the line of game.
And out of bounds with 2:33 left. That's huge because Sentinel has been able to drive pretty well in the closing stages of this game. And it's extremely important in this clutch situation that they do come up with some yards and some points.
Hand off. This is 28 Deschner to the left side. He's going to just try to get to the corner and get back to the line of scrimmage. You may have lost about a half yard, if anything.
And you might want Connor Crawford to run out of bounds there.
So here we go. This game is coming down to the wire. Under 2 minutes to go. Mitch Reynolds fakes the handoff, runs it himself. He's got the first down up the middle and more. Down to the 18-yard line.
And
you want to melt the clock. You want to hope to melt the clock and give Peppinger a shot.
Luke Kostick finally rode Roberts down, but Roberts with another play fake and then a run up the middle. That's how he punched it in to give the Sentinel Spartans their second touchdown of the game. We'll see if he can punch it in here and possibly give them the win.
Here we go. Alex Steele in motion again. Handoff. This is Deschner up the middle. He's to the 5 and down to the 4. Got the number right that time. Josh Deschner with the handoff. Down to the 4-yard line. And a minute 18 to go.
Touchdown saving tackle by Colton Sandow. We'll see how truly large that looms in this situation as the clock continues to run.
The focus on offensive side for Sentinel looks terrific right now. Handoff to Deschner again, and he's at the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown, Spartans! Sentinel gets in with a minute 2 to go. They're up by 4 points.
Credit Sentinel's offensive line. We talked about how hard it's been to run in the interior all night long against both these defenses. Both very solid teams on both sides of the ball and a very evenly matched game as well. But credit Sentinel for kind of opening the floodgates just enough to drive down for that clutch score and possible win.
Even with all the defensive lapses today, the 3 turnovers, Big Sky hasn't turned the football over all game long. Missoula Sentinel with a minute 2 to go. They are ahead in this game.
And you just addressed it, I think, right before the last or second to last snap of that touchdown drive. The focus in this clutch situation for this young Sentinel Spartans team to be able to compartmentalize and just go take it one play at a time in the late stages after all the miscues that they've had tonight. Credit them for doing that.
Yeah, Ramos lost the ball. The up-tempo offense has been working tonight for Sentinel. Ramos did have that one fumble. Looks like they're just going to go for 2 to make it a 6-point game just in case there's a missed extra point if Missoula Big Sky were to tie this thing up. Good idea. Doesn't matter either way most of the time. And this is a fake, and it is Roberts running out of time. He's just going to throw it away.
That's a good play there to throw it away. It looked like they were looking for a play fake and then kind of sneak the tight end or the guy on the left side over there, but it looked like the receiver fell down, and it was kind of supposed to be a jailbreak play to the far side of the field. Didn't work out. Great play there a heads-up play there by Roberts to throw it away, because now you put it on the shoulders of your defense, who has been able, with a couple of lapses, but so is the offense. They both had made their mistakes. Now, with just over 60 seconds to go, I'd put it in the hands of this Spartans defense because they've been able to come up big in some clutch situations tonight. And Ogilvie hasn't been passing a lot, and that's partially by design of the Big Sky Eagles offense. They just prefer to pound it with Michael Banna, and why not? But now it's kind of more on the arm of Ogilvie.
2nd down and 10. Ogilvie is going to look right. He's going to throw deep, and that pass is intercepted. And that should lock it up. Intercepted at midfield. Ogilvie was looking downfield. There's no one really that was in the vicinity. And so the Missoula Sentinel Spartans, I think, might have this one.
A lot of flags back here at the 35-yard line. We'll wait on that.
There's a personal foul. It's going to back them up 15 yards from where they intercepted the ball at midfield. And Sentinel can just run this football.
And they will be using all their timeouts here.
That was their first time out of that.
Yeah, and that was a good first down play. If that one more first down here locks it up for Sentinel, and also should have talked about this earlier, but Mitch Reynolds with the center field pick that probably sealed the game for Sentinel at this point. We'll see in a couple snaps whether they can get one more first down and ice it. But credit Mitch Reynolds because he made a couple of clutch catches tonight, and he didn't catch that 2-point conversion, but he made the biggest catch of the night, possibly, with that interception.
So Missoula Sentinel, when they were down 22-14, it looked a little bleak at that moment in time, but they were able to go down and score and then score again. This is Deschner to the outside, and that's gonna pretty much do it. Big Sky will use another timeout, but Deschner with a big run for about 20 yards. And now it's in Big Sky territory.
And Nick Wakai on the stop there. And a great job by Deschner there to bounce it outside and ice the game.
And what a victory by Missoula Sentinel. They were down 22-14. They scored the last 2 touchdowns of the game. And that will wrap this up here at Missoula County Public School Stadium. Missoula Sentinel escapes with the win. They go to 2-1 on the year. Missoula Big Sky falls to 0-3 on the season. It was flip-flopped last year. Missoula Big Sky was 2-1 at the time. Missoula Sentinel lost their first 3 games to start the season. Missoula Sentinel wins it, folks, 26-22. Scored the last couple touchdowns on the last couple drives of the game. They pull it out. They turned the ball over 3 times today. Missoula Big Sky turned it over once toward the end there. A couple defensive lapses at the end. You thought maybe those plays were going to come back to haunt them. Usually they do. In this case, it didn't.
Well, we expected an evenly matched game tonight, and that's what we got. We did not, by any stretch of the imagination, probably get exactly what we expected, I don't think, because the amount of turnovers that Sentinel was able to overcome, the amount of adversity shows a lot of character in this team. And credit Big Sky as well for taking advantage of those extra opportunities that Sentinel gave them, but they just were not quite able to make the plays needed to come away with a victory.